Well, we've come back to Mildura at Timmis Speedway, and tonight I'm talking to a gentleman whose appearance here about a year or so ago didn't end as well as it could have. Ended up over on this side of the wall here in a very precarious situation, and he's come back and for the Australian title this weekend, and everyone from Mildura, everyone from Horsham knows this man. Sid, how are you?
Oh, well, thank you, believe it or not. Yeah, good, thanks.
So, you've been in this business 47 odd years.
Yeah, I think I started racing when I was 16 and had a race car before I had a road car.
Oh, so, okay.
Yeah.
As we all sort of did.
Yeah.
And this was your big one. This started off over in this direction somewhere.
Yep.
And how did it feel to you?
Well, when it was happened so quickly, the car seemed to launch, and I sort of went all weightless, and it was a really weird feeling until I thought, well, this is going to hurt. And when I come back down again, it was actually on top of another car,
which was lucky.
Well, yeah, it took a fair bit of the brunt out of the accident, and yeah, but it still hurt.
Yeah, well, you were laid up for how many weeks after that with the fractured spine?
Yeah, the fractured L4 or something it was, but yeah, it was all right in the end. Yeah, they looked after me really well here, and the crash crew, they even come up to see me today actually. Yeah. And asking how I was and that, and yeah, so the crash crew here were really fantastic, and the hospital, they were great. I only had a couple of days here, and then in the hospital here, and then drove my truck back to Horsham, believe it or not.
Which the doctors were probably really happy to hear.
Well, they give me an injection. They give me an injection of some garbage. I don't know what it was, but they said it's only going to last 3 hours, so you better get going.
Of course. Now, you've admitted you've had a bit of a struggle in the last year with the modified. Yeah. You haven't probably had you've had some great years in your speedway career. You've had some off years in your speedway career. Where do you put the last 12 months?
Well, it's probably the worst 12 months I've had in speedway, but you know, the level of speedway nowadays, especially in the modifieds, is just another level altogether. You know, I'm not here to win. I'm just here to be part of the celebration of a national title, and yeah, I reckon I might pull the pin at the end of the season. So.
Yep, that's what I was wondering. You were mentioning that to me sort of offhanded there a couple of weeks ago, that this might be the last hurrah. But I mean, you're far from a field filler. There are going to be cars that are behind you in the field. Well, you can be sure of that, and a lot of that goes back on the talent you've had and you've showed for the years that you've been doing this, and the fact that you got back up again. Every time you went down, you got back up again.
Yeah, you can only keep doing that for so long.
You might have found
it does wear off.
You may have found the limit right about now.
I reckon so. But
so, if you're retiring at the end of this season, what's it look like for Steve Ellis next year? What do you think you'll be into?
I think what I'll do is I've got a couple of LJ Tiranas that I look after, and I think I'll concentrate a little bit more on that, more of the social side, because the social side's great no matter where you go with any speedway, but yeah, I think a little less pressure and a lot less money to run vintage, and that's the car, not the driver.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think I'd enjoy that. I've had my competitive years, and the young blokes that are coming through now are just so fast.
Well, technology's quadrupled in 10 years.
Oh yeah.
From when you started, same with when I started. I know what we had to play with back then compared to what they're playing with today. I couldn't. There's no way, and I'm only a couple of candles away from you in age above, and you know, we've got to know sometime when it's time to try something different. And you've been out with us with the vintage before. You've had a great time with us.
Oh yeah.
There's no there's nothing to win, there's nothing to lose. You're just out there and having a ball. And if you don't make it at the end of the night, you don't make it at the end of the night. It doesn't really matter.
No, that's true. So that's where I'll end up. And it will be a yellow 74 Tirana.
Yes, of course it will. Yeah.
Yeah, the legendary yellow.
Yeah, and with the little red one as a backup.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Actually, the guy. There's a bit of a story with the red one. Was I was actually given the car by an old guy that I knew, and he said, all I want you to do is put it on the track, and he said you can have it. So I put a gearbox and engine in it, and I did a lot of work to it, and with help of a mate of mine and Jason Taylor, and so we got that on the track, and he was rapt, really rapt to see the car on the track. And he actually passed away a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, so, really? Yeah.
Yeah, he did see a poster of it, and he actually saw it race. And
good. And
he came over and to Horsham and had a look in his shed while the car was being revamped.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Freddie Patterson was the guy's name.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah. So he's been around Speedway a long time and helped out a lot of drivers.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's just another legacy to carry on. It's
absolutely.
Something else to keep you coming back to places like Timmis here. What they've done at Timmis here in the last few years is unbelievable. The track is second to none. There are some other tracks that are got larger names and larger reputations than Timmis, but the crew here, the track, everybody that comes here, and I love running our vintage here. It's just so much fun, and I'm by far as far away from a race driver as you can ever get.
Everybody's got a little bit of it in them, I can tell you.
Well, once you've done it, it's easy, and you know, we hear criticism, why this, that, and the other thing, but the one lap that you turn on a racetrack is one lap more than the people out behind the fence have done.
Yeah.
So as far as I'm concerned, it really doesn't matter. You're a winner either way. So, Sid, right. It's going to be, it's going to leave a bit of a hole in local speedway, Horsham, Mildura, all on the west side of the state. But you're not going anywhere. You're just taking a different road, a little bit less travelled, and we're glad to see you still coming and coming out to play.
Won't stop me.
No. So
there'll always be something.
Yeah. So that's great. Now that's Stevie Ellis. Like I said, he's little Stevie Ellis over here. He's younger than me, so we can say that. Steve will be still around the traps with everybody. So. Let's wish him the best this week at the Australian title, and good luck in the future, Steve.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Mark. I'd just like to thank Mark for his input. When you get interviewed, you think, oh, geez, what am I going to say? But he just makes it so easy. So thanks very much, Mark.
Every time we've had an interview, it's been, you might not have won the show, but you put on the show, and that makes it a lot easier. So, Steve, thanks a lot. Good luck in the future. And hopefully you enjoy this. We'll have some more of these coming your way soon. Thank you.